Hello, hello, hello. It's another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comfort together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
And hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello to all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, my tea leaf readers, and my tea baggers, honey. What's your tea? What's your tea? What is your tea today, honey? It's another glorious day, my darlings. And I'm sure you have all of your crumpets together because you know what time it is, honey. It's time to dish tea, and you are dishing tea, darlings. With Big Meats, honey. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is up with everyone, honey? Listen. I'm trying to be very upbeat and festive and carrying on, honey. I have not posted on Facebook today, but today is a very special day, honey. Today is March 31st, 2023. You know, I hate dating the damn videos, but today, it's a couple things. Number one, today is my 16th anniversary of being a Georgia resident, honey. I moved here 16 years ago today from Detroit, Michigan, and I had never been here before, you know, never came to visit or anything like that prior to coming here. And I have been here ever since. And of the 16 years that I've been here, of them have been in the same apartment right here in College Park. Okay. I've been in the same apartment for 15 years, child, and it's really time for another one because I've literally outgrown this one, you know. And but it's home. I done made it home or whatever. In fact, I done made it too homey and things because we really need some deep organizational just some shit up in here. And I gotta let go of some things, you know. I still am, and I'm calling it all in the grieving process and carrying on. I'm telling y'all, I have not been able to get rid of my son's clothes yet. I still have not been able to do that. And thus, you know, if it takes cleaning that, then we have to go through and clean everything. I have not been able to do it. I see the vision of it. I see it. But every time I try to get started with it, I get paralyzed and just say, you know, I get stuck. So, yeah. So we're going to have to get some professional help. And I know that's probably going to cost me a coin or two. But there is that. Here's the other thing. One of my other children, today, let's see, Graylin would have been what? He was born in 75. So that would have made him, what, 48, 49? 48. It would have made him 48 this year. My son, Graylin T. Higgins. Okay, for those of you who are out there in the fraternal organization of Onyx, he was Gryffindor Onyx here in Atlanta. He made and did his crossover here, and I was there when my baby crossed over and celebrated him and carrying on. And he had been on my mind the last few days or whatever. I mean, heavy, and he just came to me. That's all. In ways of just being in his energy and just being around me and carrying on. And he used to always call me Pops, and he had a number of things he used to call me, but for the most part, to distinguish us, because my road dog in New York, we were kind of like his two gay dads or whatever. And so I was Pops, okay? And or in our close little circles, then I became Mama because he knew I didn't fuck around. So and then he called me Mama out in public once, which said a lot to me. And he did that during the week that during the whole crossover weekend or whatever. And he was talking to the older brothers and carried on and this, that, and the third. And I was playing with the guys, we were just having a little fun. And Graylin was like, wait a minute, He said, hold up now. And so the guy was trying to, put him in check because he was a new brother. And Graylin said, he said, wait a minute, that's my mama. He said, that was my mama before I was all this shit, so hold up. And that struck me. And that's, I'm telling him like it was yesterday, because that was the first time that he had done that in that way, and that just struck me. And wow, I miss my babies. I have three of my children, honey, have gone on to glory. The very first one that I lost was Paige McFarland. That was back in '99. And yeah, my babies are gone, honey. So and for those of y'all, to understand this, in gay world, I am a mother of a house. And so these were my kids. If y'all watch Pose, then you understand what I'm talking about. For those of you straight children that's still trying to get it, if you watched Pose, then you understand. Okay. If you didn't watch Pose, I want you to think of your house and think of you and your children, and just think of how we created this. And yes, these folks were living with me at one point, or we were very close knit and carrying on, and we functioned as a family. Okay. Same shit, same everything, same fights, same ass whoopings. Okay. Same everything. Okay. Because we functioned as a family. And yeah. Okay. So I miss my baby. I did not post his picture up today to say happy heavenly birthday, and things of that nature. And what, let me ask this question. We always say happy heavenly birthday, but why do we say that on the birthday and on the angel day? And I'm still in that because my nephew calls that, he says angel day when his dad died, when my brother passed. And he says, on the anniversary, I would say, this is my dad's angel day. And I just thought that was the cutest thing, the day that my dad became an angel. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I didn't mean for that to hit me like that. But that's just the cutest little thing. Okay. And so why do we always say happy heavenly birthday? Just happy birthday. And then if you know the anniversary date of their passing, then that's the heavenly birthday there, right? Or maybe I'm just looking at it a little differently, That's semantics, tomato, okay? Granny Smith versus Red Delicious apples, right? Oh, but anywho, today I'm trying to stay a little light right now, but you see I got a little heavy. Oh, this tear did drop. Okay. I was trying not to get emotional on that. But yeah, I want to come in today because we got some heavy stuff to talk about. And I know this has been all over the news and carrying on. You guys may have been talking about it all week. See, this is one of the things that I try to do is hold all of my commentary until the show. If it starts to get on me too heavy, y'all will say I'll do Big Meech moments and carrying on to put them up. But I try not to get ahead of or engulfed in the hoopla with everybody, right? I try not to do that because I don't want to start sounding like we're all saying the same thing. I try to wait to see where I can get in the Finian to make sure that when it's time for me to speak, I can say something that no one else has said so we can have a different perspective, right? Because if everybody's saying the exact same things, then it just becomes a bunch of noise. And we start to tune things out, and I want to be a little bit calculating and meticulous when we talk about current affairs and things of that nature. I'm going to start here because this is probably the most emotional part of it. And since I'm already there dealing with my feelings and things, I want to deal with this shooting that happened in Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, to be exact. And I am perplexed on so many different issues here because, number one, it's a school, okay? And I'm trying to understand, how is it that this now is becoming the thing? Why is it that this is becoming the route to infamy, the route to media attention, the route to martyrism? Okay, or martyrdom. No, I'm saying martyrism. Okay. Um, I'm trying to understand that because it's not making sense to me, except for when it's teenagers and kids that go to the school and we can track it down to you were being bullied and teachers were laughing at you and whatever all that culmination is, and you just had a break, right? And you're going back to the school because the bully or the people that hurt you or did that way with it, they're not going to do this anymore. And so you go back to the place of the crime, of the hurt, of the everything, right? I can understand that part of it where I can see how you connected those dots. But at the same time of saying that, why is it that we as a culture, as a human race, as humanity, why are we allowing this and accepted this to become a part of our normal behavior? We are now feeling as though we are equating this to when, remember how we used to say, don't make me go postal? And that became part of our lexicon because at one point we had all the post office shootings and people were going to work, and a lot of times on the TV they were going to work because they worked at the post office, and they were killing up folks and shooting up folks at the post office. And so now we have entered into our lexicon, don't make me go postal. Okay. Well, now it's not in our lexicon as far as what we say verbally. It's in our deeds and in our actions. And what we're seeing here is that folks are now targeting the schools to go and attack our children, our babies, those who cannot protect themselves in such a way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that like that because even the older ones can't, it's hard to protect yourself from a gun and from a bullet or whatever. But older people, know how to run for cover. They know how to brace themselves for impact, if you will. We are a little bit more, knowledgeable of what to expect in hostile situations. We're scared to death and everything as human beings, but we are a little bit more equipped to handle hostile environments. Children are completely blindsided. Completely blindsided. So why are we making this a thing? Why are we allowing this to become part of our regular talk, regular conversation, regular everyday news? This is absolutely flabbergastingly annoying. This is unacceptable. This here is where we all need to give ourselves a kick in the ass and say, why do we accept this? And I'm talking the collective we. So those of you out there saying, I don't accept this, that ain't me. How dare you say that I'm one of the ones? How dare I? Because most of us, and that's going to include me, most of us will bitch, moan, and complain at the TV, at the news cameras. We'll have this around water cooler discussions at work. But that's where it stops. Many of us have not taken the time to make sure we get legislation, make sure that we're walking and marching, making sure that we're going down to our city councils and to our local leaderships and carrying on. We're not down at the school board saying, what are y'all doing with the schools? How come we are not here to make sure that we got extra protection or make sure that we vet the folks right? How come we don't have the PTA sitting up there X, Y, and Z? And you see where I'm going with this? How come we are not the ones in the forefront of all of this? How come? Because all that we're doing, we will get into our own little circles, we'll have this particular conversation, and then that's where it falls. And we do nothing else with it until the next time. Okay. And we vowed that the last time was going to be the last time until the next time. Okay. So what do we do? Okay. What is it that needs to happen? How can we go about rectifying this in some sort? You know what I'm saying? How can we rectify this? A solution that I think would work. It may take a little time to put together to iron out the wrinkles, but I think that number one, the PTA needs to become very, very active in the school systems again. Very, 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 very active. And number two, after you empower your PTA, a lot of your community patrols and everything need to come out of the PTA. I got kids that go here to the school. Why? Well, how come I'm not up here at the school? If I can bitch, moan, and complain about the curriculum, then we need to bitch, moan, and complain about the security as well. You understand? Now, we would do all this to try to make sure that schools got uniforms and this, that, and the other, so that the kids are not bullying each other over clothing items and carrying on. Y'all had to fit about that, but it's working, isn't it? Okay. Now, secondly, not only is this a school, this here was a church that housed a school. This is a church school. Okay. So we're talking about a church, school where I'm sure the curriculum is surrounded and engulfed in the teachings of the church. Okay. They have made the biblical teachings the foundation of what the curriculum is going to be. Okay. Now, I'm also sure that many of the students are children of the parents that attend the church. Okay. So again, how has this become normalized? Why is this normalized that we are so busy wanted to make sure that we maintain our gun rights to where the folks are locked and loaded inside the church? Inside the church. This woman came up in this church school and committed this crime and then lost her life at the same time. Okay. So why are we saying that this is okay? I mean, I know preachers, okay, and I know people who sit down there and say, hey, I have a right to protect myself, honey. And you may not know they got their little pistol, little 45 or whatever. A lot of them carry the little small little handheld so it doesn't look all bulky and things. Those who are police officers, honey, they coming in strapped so that they can be part of the usher board. And maybe one of the deacons or two, honey, they sit up there strapped and ready because the deacons got to go count the money and carry it on. So, you know what I'm saying? We don't know how many children got whatever they got in their little purses, honey, because the purses are cute. But why is it? And we're going into a place of faith, and we're saying that God is going to take care of everything. But just in case God don't, I got this. I got my my Glock, And yet here we have this woman that walked up into the school, the church school. Okay, and was able to make this happen. Okay. I need to understand it. Hey Tay, what's up, baby sis? What's going on in your world, honey? We need to talk. So now we got the church, we got the school thing, we got the church thing. Okay. Here's the one that one of the ones that's getting me. This shooter was 28 years old. And apparently they say she was a former student of this school. Now, how long ago was that? Because I think this school is only K-8. Okay. I don't believe it was a K-12 school. Research department, if y'all here, get that information to me. If the school was a K-8 or if it was K-12. In any event, honey, the girl is 28 years old. But you've been out of school for how long? And you went up here to do what and why? And why is it that if you had a beef, how is it that you were able to kill these babies? These babies ain't had shit to do with you. Who was it that you had the beef with? Because you've been out of school longer than them babies been alive. Out of that school, rather. So how is it that those babies were able to feel the wrath of whatever it is that you're going through? And please, 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 let's not run to the obvious, oh, she must have mental issues or mental health issues or mental illness, okay? Let's not run to that so quickly, okay? Because at this particular point, it's obvious, bitch, you killed 3 kids. That ain't got shit to do with you. Okay? 3 9-year-olds. Okay? And the 3 adults were in their 60s. Well, I think one was in the 50s. 61, and I think 58 or something along those lines. So you being 28, this is your parents' age. Okay. Mm-hmm. What is this? Okay, how is it that we have allowed this to become normal? And again, the church not thinking that they had to sit down there and have that kind of protection. It's the church. It's the church school that's been sitting there for how long? Never had this problem ever. And now a former student comes and does this. So what do we have here? Ooh, okay. Ooh, where'd that come from? I don't know. My allergies are starting to get to me. My eyes are watering and itching. So now, what do we have here? We have, if we go and say that the church school was poorly secured or whatever the case may be, that could be a debatable point. I'm not going to say yay or nay to that. Okay, but apparently Miss Thing was able to just walk in. Okay, there was no buzzer. You know, most people now, honey, yes, we're open for business, but you got to ring the buzzer to come on up in here, especially when it's either low occupancy or they have no security mind in the door. It's the secretary that usually sits down there and say, hey, we got somebody at the door. I just went around here, College Park Citizens Association, we went around here to College Park Elementary School, right? And we were going to the organization, we sponsored the teachers' lunch that day, right? So I went around there so that we can sit up there and, you know, say that we were supporting them, have the photo op moments, of course, and things, you know, so we could put it up on the website to say that we were there and things of that nature. And even then, you know, and that was all teachers. You had to buzz the buzzer in order to come in. Hi, I'm part of the College Park Citizens Association. I want to meet the teams and we can press after lunch. Oh, okay. Boop. And then you come in. Where was that particular type of security for this particular place? Okay, that's some of the things that we're asking here, right? How was it that she was just so easy to get up in there? And then right behind it, the police were too. Now we're saying yay to the police because they were able to come in and take her out, but the police were able to get up in there just as quickly. Okay. So now what do we have? Okay, so we got safety and security, which is a part of the thing that everybody talks about that they want with the police and this, that, and the other. But yet we did not do an adequate job on our part, or the school. I'm saying we as the collective we, because I want us to look at this from that particular standpoint. Okay, as far as where is our responsibility in it? And that's a hard, I know y'all probably say that's hard to say because these folks just lost their lives and this, that, and the other. School is in turmoil and heartbreak, you know, and have to put the pieces back together from dealing with such tragedy and trauma. But we also have to look at that because if we're going to take this across the board, we need to look at that for what it really is. We had a security breach because she should not have been able to get into that building that quickly without anybody knowing that she was there. Okay. So if there was no buzzers, they did say they got security cameras, security footage, but we don't know if they had security guards there because who was monitoring the footage? You know, when it was in real time, who was monitoring that? Just say, "Ooh, somebody's coming in the building. You know, let's get over there to introduce ourselves and greet her and carry on." Right? I keep getting something in my eye, y'all. So, yeah. So that there is that. And now let's get to the part that everybody waiting on me to say. Okay. And that there is. These children want to say that this shooter identified as transgender. Now, the reason why I'm having a problem with that is because this is strictly coming from the authorities. Okay. Will he use masculine pronouns? No, she used masculine pronouns on her. It was a Facebook page, an IG page, or whichever one. And so, yeah, this person identified as trans. Yet every time y'all said Audrey and carrying on that her name was Audrey, it was her pronoun became she and her. Okay. Her appearance didn't say that she was trans. She may have been, butch, but she didn't. Her, from what the people are saying, her appearance didn't scream that she was a trans man. Okay. So here we go. We got this shooting. Here go this damn Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I know she liked to hear her name because she liked to always start bullshit. Okay. This heifer says this, which changes the entire game. Okay. And I'm going to start here. This is from the Rolling Stone magazine. Okay. What is this date? Okay, I want to make sure I give the proper date for the source, of the source rather. And this date is for March 27th, 2023. And it says the shooter in Nashville was identified by officials as 28-year-old Audrey Hale. Authorities indicated that Hale is transgender and carried at least 2 assault-style rifles and a handgun. The shooter reportedly forcibly entered the building through one of the school's doors and was eventually met by officers. They were fatally shot by responding officers, according to Nashville police spokesperson Don Aaron. After learning that the shooter was transgender, Taylor Greene pivoted to attacking medical care for transgender individuals, as well as treatment options for those with mental health struggles. And she says, how many hormones like testosterone and medications for mental illness was the transgender Nashville school shooter taking? Green wrote on Twitter, and quote, everyone can stop blaming guns now. I'm going to say that one more time. She says, how much hormones like testosterone and medication for mental illness was the transgender Nashville school shooter taking? Everyone can stop blaming guns now. Okay, let's do this. All right. Now, I've listened to a few people, talk about this. Y'all know I like the children over there with TGI Fridays, Claudia and Al and Funky Dineva. I was listening to them and I came across somebody, I forgot who else was talking about this. Flame Monroe. That's my sister. Hopefully we'll get her on the show soon. She and TT Jan were talking about this over there on Laugh and Learn. Whenever we've had these shootings, whenever the shooter was a white male, there never was any kind of outrage about, oh my God, this is white on white crime. Oh my God, white men, honey, are the detriment to the community. Oh my God, a white man with a gun, honey, we need to look at this. We get none of that. You understand? We get none of that. What do we get instead? We get, oh my God, he was such an honor roll student. There was nothing in his profile that would make me believe that he actually was capable of doing these kinds of things. Oh my God, his parents must be mortified. Oh my God. Well, how did he acquire the weapons? Because he was never someone who liked weapons. See, we get that kind of talk. Okay. Now, Dineva said something, and when she said it, I felt the exact same way, and I feel the exact. She's the conspiracy theory in me says that they probably set this child up. See, it is too convenient that on the heels of drag queen and show bars and carrying on the heels of we now here in Georgia and a few other states are passing laws about transgender medicine and transgender health and trans youth. Okay, as far as hormone blockers and this, that, and other, we got folks to sit down there and say and then pass laws that say it's illegal for that. Okay, we have laws or bills on the road down in Florida where they're trying to say, they trying to do away with all drag queens and they're trying to do away with gender specific this, that, and the other, as far as trans women, trans men are concerned, on the heels of Agent Orange sitting up there saying, when I get back in office, the first thing I'm going to do is eradicate all this stuff for transgender health. On the heels of all of that, and as we talked about before, on the heels of Uganda passing the strictest anti-LGBTQ plus alphabet, the strongest sentences for those who even identify as alphabet. Okay, now isn't it ironic or coincidental that right on the heels of all of that, these children are now saying, because the baby killed the baby, so the baby can't say nothing, right? They killed her. You say her name is Audrey. You never called her by her trans name or anything. Okay, the name she became and created, Coochie Chocolate, honey, self-determination. Okay, principle number 2, that is. Okay, so You never called this child by their new name. No one else corroborated the story. Why did this child show up in the feminine and not in the masculine? As a trans masculine person, if they're living their lives this way. You saying the police said this because y'all was reading the social media pages, and Audrey was using male pronouns on social media. Well, then she had to have said her name as well. Okay. Or he had to have said his name. You understand? What the new name is, because I have become someone else. So I'm sure that name would have been given. That's not given. And then you say, oh yeah, they identified as. Oh, they're identified as. And so identifying is now becoming one of those trigger words that's becoming a political word now. You understand? Because now to say identity politics, to say LGBTQIA+, to say, these are demographics now. Okay, and it's all a political plunder. And it takes us down this rabbit hole unnecessarily. So now y'all are sitting on here. You say this baby identified as trans. No one else is corroborating. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene sitting up, putting her little two cents up in here saying that, oh, well, she done went crazy because this female is taking male hormones. Okay. On top of mental health medication. So now she's trying to do the flip switch. And then she's saying, now you can stop blaming guns. Now, when I read that to y'all, I gagged. Because of everything up in me, I just want to take that bitch by her hair. And I really want to just twist her hair, okay, and just yank the shit out of her ass. That's all. I just want to yank her. Hopefully, as we pull her damn hair, honey, if we don't pull it out, we can pull the brain cells up through her damn roots and clean out all that gunk. Because apparently, honey, the gray matter that she has, she must have been smoking because it's black up there. This child is not thinking on any kind of level that makes sense outside of wanting to be in the headlines. Okay? As if to say that everything else and everybody else who's been using guns in these mass murders and mass killings and shootings, that everybody else, honey, has been taking some kind of mental health medication and or some kind of hormone treatment. Because now we can stop blaming the guns, because now we got the first transgender, loosely, okay, serial killer. And y'all want to believe that. A lot of you who will, you believe it. Okay.
Why ain't shot nobody?
Okay, if you support this woman, that's what you're going to believe it. Okay. So that's what it is. Okay. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that you want to sit down here and now turn this into something that now is becoming a political issue on a whole different level. See, I keep trying to tell y'all, there's something big coming down the pipeline, because every damn time that we get all of this hoopla in the media, okay, about anything that had to do with any one of the alphabets, okay, now we sit up here going through this about transgender children, okay? Everything is transgender medicine, transgender in the sports, transgender. We here, okay? Because we have a number of trans people who have broken through and they got through this glass ceiling, okay? And they become successful. They got the eye of the world on them, okay? They're not sitting up there being rambunctious and carrying on. They're speaking very articulately, you know. They're able to show some class and dignity and integrity, okay, in public, in the mass media, in them as everything, honey. And you can't point fingers and say, oh, okay, for those of you who are trans attracted and don't want to be, you can't help that because you don't know why you're attracted to it. Attraction is innate. We don't know why we like the things that we do. We just know we like it. We don't know why we don't like the things that we do, that we don't like. We just know we don't like it. Okay? So now we have this now in our lexicon and in our everyday living, and many of you don't know how to handle it. So because you don't know how to handle it, and because this is fucking with your psyche, now we have to sit up there and exacerbate problems and create things so that you can feel as though you got control over something. Not making sense in the long run. See what you're in your close little bubble. How coincidental was that? That we got all this stuff going on, and then we got our transgender shooter. I ain't buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. And what pisses me off about it is that we got 6 people dead because of it. 6 people have lost their lives. What? And we can't say for the greater good. We can't say that. 6 people, and 3 of them are children, lost their lives. And now, if this is all a conspiracy, okay, because I swear to you, I believe it is. I swear to you, I believe it is. And if it's, they're going to make it, let me put it that way. They're going to make this become something that it's not. If we're going to say this is mental health issues because we got a 28-year-old that came up in a school, a church school, locked and loaded the way that she was. If you want to make this a mental health issue, okay. But y'all decided to say that she's trans. Y'all said that. Okay? Y'all said that. For what reason? For what? Okay? To start shit. Because now this here helps to solidify all of the naysayers who say no, trans this, trans that. All of you biological women who said they say, oh, we're being erased. They're trying to erase us. They invading our spaces. And that bullshit. Okay. Let me play something. I'm gonna play this right here.
My name is Kai Shapley. I'm 12 years old, and I shouldn't be here right now. I should be playing with my friends back home in Texas, where I was born and raised, but my home is gone now. Mom sold everything that didn't fit in the car and drove to Connecticut because Texas isn't safe for kids like me.
In 2023 alone, more than 435 anti-trans bills have been introduced across 44 states.
These proposed laws attack trans people's access to essential, life-giving health care.
The right to use the correct bathroom,
To play youth sports,
to enjoy full and vibrant lives,
free from discrimination, from dystopian surveillance,
from the vicious attempts by conservative lawmakers
to twist our humanity into a tool for re-election.
Make no mistake, beautiful trans family.
Your identity is not just valid.
It is irreproachable.
No one can erase who you are.
No matter how hard they try.
You are a gift to this world.
You are the future
of a people whose existence
has exemplified liberation for generations.
And so, terrifying as these times might be,
oh honey, we shall overcome.
Because they have thrown everything they can at us.
And we're still here.
Mm-hmm. 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 having some roast, honey. But yeah, I wanted to play that because right now we got too much going on, and the fight is people want to be right. No one wants to hear equality. No one wants to hear humanity. They don't want to hear do unto others as you would have others to do unto you. We don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to do that. But y'all will WWJD. You will WWJD. But yet the golden rule is the one that we get confused and get laxed with all the time, huh? I wonder. Y'all got quiet on me. Don't get quiet on me, honey. Don't get quiet on me. Because what I want you guys to do is to get into this, and I want you guys to, we have to come up with solutions because it's not just one. Okay? Because we have too many people for a one size fit all, because it won't. You understand? We have several solutions that we need to develop and put into play to make this happen. Okay? Now, I'm going to stay in this transgender arena right here because as much as I'm disgusted by all of this and sad for the paper, before we move on, y'all make sure that y'all keep good, positive energies and stuff for the parents and the family members of those who we've lost. Okay? To think that when you dropped your baby off at school today or that day, to think that that was going to be the last time you saw your baby because your baby wasn't coming home. Oh, that just hit. Oh. To know that when your baby walked out your door, shit, that was the last time you was going to see them. Because someone decided to go fully strapped, locked and loaded, and decided that they were going to go to a school to wreak havoc. Make that make sense. The families of these babies, the families of the grown folks, they need support just as well to find out what's where. And then, hold up, they said that Miss Audrey was still living at home with her parents. So if she's still at home with her parents, what are her parents going through? To find out this is something your child did. Your child did that. And now your child is dead on top of it too. So how about that? How many of you knew that when your baby walked out the door, honey, said, okay, ma, I got it, I'm gone, I'll be back when I get back? Type of attitude. Or maybe left without even speaking. That was going to be the last time that you said anything to your child. I'm waiting. So the families need your embrace. They need your love, your support. You know what I'm saying? for the parents of Miss Aubrey. Okay. Embrace her as well. I'm sure they're not the ones who taught her to go shoot up a school or whatever. You know? But they lost their child too. The police officers who got there in record time. Okay, so much so to where, hell, that's even unprecedented. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But let's move on. Like I said, I'm staying in this transgender arena because as much as I don't like that story and carrying on me getting emotional, I'm going to go to flip the script for just a minute because I got a little that way pissed. Okay. Because I'm like, okay, here we go. Y'all starting shit. How many of y'all have ever heard of the word transmisia or transmisic? Huh? I'm gonna put that as a banner. Let me roll that as a banner. Let me roll that as a banner. Okay. We're gonna create one. Okay, how? Wait a minute. How many of you have heard of the words? I'm misspelling it. Hold on. Transmisia and or transmisic. Transmisic. Okay. That's it. Have y'all heard of those words? Transmisia or transmisic?
I don't know, because they're making shit up every day.
Well, here's the thing. I went to go try to find out where the hell this word come from, right? Because it's the first time I heard it. And I heard it because I was on Instagram and I was listening to Hope Giselle. Okay. And Hope, I consider Hope to be one of my sisters in carrying on. Oh, wait a minute, my ear just started itching. Usually when your ear like this, they say somebody talking about you, right?
But then I heard they said it's your ancestors and all types of stuff, so it's like it's so many things.
Okay, but no, this is my allergies. Ain't nobody talking about me like this, yeah. And maybe then again, maybe they are, honey. Maybe they are, darling. Am I the topic of conversation? But these two words, transmisia and transmisic, okay, it's the ending of the thing. That's the thing, okay. It's the suffix, the misia and the misic, okay. That's the word, okay. And in doing my research, I come to find out that misia, okay, is a Greek suffix that means hate. Okay. And wait a minute. Let me get you the full definition because I don't want to paraphrase this. Okay. Transmisia. Okay. But it's the suffix that I'm trying to get to. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what it is that it is the Greek suffix, the misia, misia. Okay, and it means hate. Okay, it means hate, and misic Okay, transmisic, you are a person. Okay, transmisia is the act of, or the word, the word is the act of, or someone who profoundly hates. Okay, so it could be homomisia, which is where I first found the word. Okay, to say this went all the way back to the 1950s. Never heard this word before, right? So it was homomisia. Okay, you're homomesic. Okay, because what now that we're trying to, what everyone's wanting to do is that they're trying to change the suffix from being phobia, homophobic, transphobic. Okay, because you're not afraid of us. See, the term phobia, okay, or the suffix that says phobia, denotes that you are afraid of something. You are deathly afraid, or immensely afraid of something. Okay, it paralyzes you. And we have come, I've been saying this a long time now. Y'all don't hate nobody. You're not afraid of trans, or you're not afraid of gay. Okay, you're not afraid of black people to be Afrophobic. Okay. Okay, you're not afraid of the people. Okay, but you do hate them. So now what has become into the lexicon, and is very brand new, it's brand new, and that there's to be transmisic or transmisia. Okay, if you're practicing transmisia, that means you're practicing the hate of transgender or homomisia. Okay, you're practicing the hate of gay folks. If you are transmisic or homomesic, okay, hell, I am oatmeal mesic. Okay, I hate oatmeal unless it's in a cookie. Okay, unless it's in a damn cookie, I can't fuck with it. Okay, I'm coconut mesic. I hate the coconut. Okay. And with the passion, I have a passion. Oh, with the passion, I am liver mesic. Okay, so okay, so in saying all that, now we have the new word, mesia, transmisic. Okay, to say that you are extremely you hate on the folk. Okay, you hating on the folk, baby. Okay. And that hold on, honey. Somebody's trying to call me. I thought I had put my ring on silent. Okay. What about Negro beaties? Okay. Wait a minute. I don't know that suffix, honey. What's the beaties? Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Okay. Is that like diabetes? You got Negro beaties? If you don't quit playing. Wait a minute. Okay, it has a suffix. Hold on. Hold on. Well, let's see. It says what? It's a medical suffix. Okay. Beaties is a medical suffix. Okay. Okay. I guess it means to go. Hernia, swelling, tumor. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. How did you start some shit? Because you got me looking up this damn word. At least this suffix, honey, and I'm trying to get it to see what it's saying, honey. Okay. Yes, honey. Well, I'm trying to get the definition. Another definition, rather, because they're not giving it to us, child. Oh, BETE is saying it's a verb. To better, to mend. Okay. So how do you better diabetes? Okay, this got to be wrong, child. This got to be wrong. Okay, this got to be wrong. But okay, how do you got me on this damn search for Red October? Okay. Okay. What you say next year there'll be trans beaties? Okay. Shut up, fool. Here's where I am, and I kind of get it. I think I get it. With this one, I may not necessarily be upset with transmisia or transmisic, okay? Because as language change or whatever, it becomes the whole thing. I tell folks all the time, we don't say hermaphrodite anymore. It's intersex, okay? Language changes so that, it softens the palate a little bit. So it's not so hard to take. We don't call the children retarded anymore. They're mentally challenged or developmentally challenged, or, those kinds of things. And then I don't like to say that they're challenged. Okay, they just learn differently, or developmentally delayed, those kinds. So, we have all these euphemisms that we end up coming up and using that softens the blow a little bit so that some of the stuff is not so harsh, and and it doesn't have such a hard connotation to it. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming from folks where, in the tone of their voices, how it sounds like disgusting. Sometimes you get folks that just say words because they can. I mean, look at you church bitches, honey. Yeah, I called you church bitches. I got to tell. You know what? I'm so sick of my lips chapping. But they say it's I've been dehydrated lately, and I'm trying to but wait, what was I saying? I took that pulse this water. I was on to something. What it is that I'm not so mad at this one because I can understand this one and language changes are carrying on. But why is it that when we come up with these damn new words, it's not necessarily giving us, they don't take that to the news. They don't put it, where's it in the dictionary, honey? Where is it? Where all of we on these damn social media platforms or whatever, where is everybody said, you know what, we're going to come up with a new word. Okay, we're going to do a new word. And hopefully people have done their dictionary and done their research to find out what's what. Like I'm saying, this suffix, this MISIA, misia, child, that's been around, and the first time that it's been used in context has been dated back to about 1950 with homomisia. Okay, and that there is, folks who absolutely just hate homosexuals, okay, or homosexuality. Okay, and so if you're a homomisic, you're the person that hates, aggressively hate homosexuals. Okay, so I'm trying to get all this. Okay, what's crazy? The new word is insulting. Like midget is little person. I would fight someone that called me little person. You would, because you ain't all that damn little. Okay. But here's where it is, because if you're sitting up there doing all of these damn name changes and word changes and carrying on and this, that, and the other, you've got to give folks time to adjust. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes you put yourself in an awkward position because folks have not adjusted. So now you want to sit down here and get, you want to be the word police, okay, and the pronoun police and the adjective police, and be like, bitch, you call me the wrong pronoun and blah, 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 blah. And it's not that damn serious. Okay, it's not that serious. All you have to say, oh, please, I know. Folks do that. Before my voice started changing, folks always thought I was a girl on the phone. Yes, ma'am. I'm not a ma'am. I'm a sir. Okay. Then of course that was before I came into my truth and in my understanding and into the knowledge of me, honey. So after I understood who I was, then I got it. Hell, I didn't care. Okay, shit. I let my sisters go to call me Miss Thing and girl and honey, and my children call me mama and carrying on. So hell, if they say, oh, Miss Taylor, Oh, okay, hey. I can handle it. But that's because I'm comfortable with who I am. You understand? So with that, you have to give people enough time to adjust, because that's not going to be in everybody's radar right away. See, a lot of you, and I think I said this the other day, a lot of you who are upset, and I'm talking to my trans community, okay, and my alphabet community who want to fight for trans and carrying on, but don't know how to fight for trans, okay? And the reason why I say this is because y'all saying talking points that you don't understand the experience of it 100%. So trying to have the fight that you had, like coming for folks who are in the community, but yet you have not accepted the fact that this is a whole generation gap, flaming from a different era of transgenderism and things. So at that particular time, to say tranny, she's comfortable with that because that's her word. That was the word that they used, back in the day and things. So she's comfortable with, but not to say tranny is a derogatory word now. And I'm trying to understand when it became that, because shit, that's a word that I use, but flaming out of the same generation, as far as the coming out process of carrying on. So we're trying to understand what makes that and what makes this. I mean, look at us as Black folks. I was telling this to DC, if y'all watch me on Wednesdays, over there on mix106radio.com, honey, every Wednesday morning from 10 to 12. I co-host with DC. It's his show. And he was saying, as far as he said, well, African Americans, we don't have them damn pronouns and we don't have them problems. I said, yes, the hell we do. Yes, we do. I said, hell, we go through an identity crisis every time we turn around, because we don't know if we colored, Negro, Black, Afro-American, what was it? Then we became African American. Now we want to do ADOS, African Americans of African descendants of slaves. No, American descendants of slaves. That's it. Okay. So we don't know what the hell. Okay, but we got it. Oh, we ADOS. What's the one that Tyreek, how did you in here? What's Tyreek, the foundational Black American, whatever that, the foundational children, honey. Now it's another one, honey. We're the foundational people. Okay. Some children want to be, we are the Black indigenous, honey. Okay. So no, we got them. It's just that a lot of times, it lays on deaf ears, because I don't think many of us take the shit seriously. A lot of us don't take it seriously. We just do it because it's popular. Oh, that's what we're supposed to say. But nobody has taken a vested interest to say, oh, this is what this is. Okay. So this here is where all this comes into play. So now we got TRANSMISIA and TRANSMISIC, okay, to add to the lexicon of colorful LGBT language that's already, we still trying to sit down and decipher what's what and what mean and what this mean and what that mean and this, that, and other, yada, 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 bookie booty do. Okay. But this one, actually, this one here ain't so bad. What I wish that we would do is, hell, come up and get the dictionary together. Come down and let's introduce these terms, honey. Blast it on all the social medias. Somebody need to do a PowerPoint presentation and be like, okay, these are the terms, honey. And let's go. What does each of them mean? And let it post somewhere so that we can say that we're doing our part to educate folks. Because I get tired of folks getting mad, flustered, ready to fight and carrying on because you've been misgendered, mislabeled, whatever. Now, isn't it ironic? And I'm gonna throw this out here and I'm gonna move on to my next subject. Isn't it ironic that at one point in time, honey, we were so busy trying to fight about not having a fucking label? Oh, I'm not gay. I'm sexually liberated. That was mine. Okay. I used to say that all the time. No, I'm not gay, honey. I'm sexually liberated. Okay. And all of those fuck shit that we were saying and carrying on because we didn't believe in labels. Oh, I don't believe in labels. I'm a free spirit. Okay. So we were so busy free spiriting, honey, to where a free spirit, honey, ain't free no more. Because now the free spirit will sit up there and say, oh, I'm non-binary. Okay. I'm gender non-conforming. So what's the difference between gender non-conforming and non-binary? That's my education. That's what I need to learn, because I thought they were one and the same. If you're non-binary, you're not binding yourself to say to the characteristics or what societal definitions of what the gender roles are. So you don't subscribe to that, honey. You're the free spirit, and I am who I am, right? But if you're gender non-conforming, you're not ever taking on one or the other. Okay. What does that mean? Because back in my day, we called all that androgyny. You were androgynous, honey. Hell, hell. If you felt like wearing your beard and mustache today, okay. If you don't feel like it tomorrow, you're gonna put on hair and makeup and shave your mustache and your wig and carry on, throw on some hair, some lashes, bitch, and come out here looking sickening. Okay. Okay. If you decided to wear a beard and mustache, honey, eye makeup and lashes, honey, with combat boots and some damn BDUs on, honey, and carry a purse. Okay. So what? He's so damn dumb. I'm talking about your ass in the middle of the top flight. Let me let this child come up in here because he's on assignment.
What was happening?
Okay, what's up?
Hey,
I know you on assignment and carrying on special assignment.
That's right. I am the Ghetto Patrol.
Okay, we're sitting up here.
I was trying to make sure all the cornrows, saggy pants, and the kids with loaded diapers were secure.
Not loaded diapers. Okay. Shitty. Okay. Yeah, just shitty. A mess. Okay. Well, I'm sitting up here. I'm introducing the children to two new words. Okay. Transmisia and transmisic. Okay. Yeah.
Transmisia is not cancerous, is it?
No. What? And he said that with a straight face, pun intended. Okay. Okay. Oh, honey. Hey, Buck is in here. Hey, Buck. What's going? What up, dude? Hey, you know it.
What's up? What's up, Buck?
Well, the suffix that I'm gonna redo it because you just come in. It's the suffix, the mesia and the mesic, which is part of the word,
right?
And that means it's a Greek suffix that means hate. Okay, so if you are transmesic, you are a person who aggressively hate trans people. If you're homomesic, you're someone who aggressively hates homosexuals. Okay, and transmisia is that there is, you know, that's the verb, or the adjective rather, you know, the hate.
It's the act of playing. Is the act of showing.
And see what they're doing is they're interchanging that word, because phobia, you know, means fear of. Okay, so nobody's is afraid of trans in that particular regard. So, and that's what a lot of the argument is. Ain't nobody scared of you, motherfuckers. You know, that kind of thing. So now they done found
Well,
this.
wait a minute. Wait. Now, if you ask me, transphobia is a good word. Okay. Because you should be scared, because behind all that Clairol and Beyonce extensions, it's a whole nigga that'll drag you up and down the block. I'm just saying, don't get the Mac makeup mixed up now.
Well, here's the thing. For those who live their lives as women, you know, they will. I'm going to preface that because, see, we do. I do not like when trans children do that shit. You know, when they sit down there and all of this time you sit there trying to tell me how much of a woman you are and how much this or how much that. But when it gets ready to get serious and it got, you know, you finna ready to get down or whatever, now all of a sudden you want to sit there and tell somebody, you know, I'm still a man. Bitch, wait. I hate when they do that. I hate that because.
Well, that's the same. Okay, well, that's the same. That's the same as I hate this because I saw it with my own eyes. When I saw 130% stud walk into a courtroom because she started a fight with a guy. She popped him real good, got him beat up a little bit, but then he came back in the fight. The tables turned, and he realized, okay, look, you're going to fight me like a man, I'm going to fight you like one. So he put them fists on her. And when it came to court for the battery, she walked in there and in a whole primp dress and full makeup, full female.
Right, dress.
The victim. You're the victim. You was a whole nigga when the fight started.
Right.
So I got a problem with that type of stuff.
Well, yeah, because see, now we know what that was. You came in there to try to win the case. Okay, you came in there to win the case. And okay, so your lawyers had you to do all that. But Miss Thing, had you come in there like you did when you was at the bar, and they said you started the shit, you wouldn't have won that damn case. See, that's a whole different issue because because that.
But I just say, like Tyler Perry does it when he does the character of Medea. Now he does it in an entertaining fashion. You know what I'm saying? He'll be up there. You know, he'll be up there like, oh yeah, and Auntie Medea, blah, 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 and somebody say something, somebody be like, hold on now. You know what I'm saying? He'll do that in the middle of the play.
Yeah.
That is the entertaining aspect of it.
Right, because he's doing that for the fun of it, right.
Right. But when you're pulling off your earrings and you going from a soprano to a doggone baritone, that's a problem.
We saw that all the time on Jerry Springer. You know, we saw it all the time on Jerry Springer, and I got so tired of that shit. I got tired of it. Oh, I got a secret that I needed to tell you. Oh, I don't know how to explain this because, you know, I really dig you and this, that, and the other. I came to tell I'm transsexual. And then all of a sudden, you know, then the dude get upstairs. He want to huff and puff in his acting skills. Huff and puff. And then you want to jump up and be like, nigga, wait a minute, honey. Don't forget, honey, I'm still a man, honey. They want to, and I'll beat your motherfucking ass. And it's like, well, wait.
Right, you come out on stage, Wussy McGussy by Stay Free, and then all of a sudden you want to turn into Magnum. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Did you say Wussy McGussy by Stay Free? I ain't looking at your ass. Wait, Jesus. He said, Wussy McGussy by Stay Free. Oh, wait. Wait, Buck got a good question. He said, why is there not so much focus on the transgender who are more like a man than a woman? I hope I phrased that correctly. You mean our trans men? Why is there not a lot of trans men in the forefront? Because here's where it is, and I say this all the time. A trans man is not going to be challenged until we have an issue like Red just said that mostly studs end up doing. A trans man is going to act. He's a man, okay. He's not going to sit there trying to start fights to prove how much of a man he is. You get that in a lot with our aggressive girls, as they're now called, honey. Okay, or the studs, as we call them. You know, the studs. They want to show you that they down. They want to show you that they can take care of their woman and carry it on and this, that, and the other. And that, yeah, you know, they wanted to do and this, that, and the other. That's that lesbian shit that I'm trying to understand, and I don't. Because just like Red said, the minute you get your ass whooped, now all of a sudden you want to cry, oh, that's a female. Bitch, you wasn't no motherfucking female challenging me. You came up on me like a motherfucking nigga. So no.
And that's what it is. It's a difference between a cock in your jock and a cock in your drawer. There's a damn difference.
So, in that regard, and let me make this clear. And I'm not saying all studs get their ass whooped, because I know some studs that can handle their own, and they know how the best to do. I've seen it. At the same time, though, we're not going, because see, here's where it is. If that same stud that you were talking about had won the fight, then she'd have been trying to punk him every time she see him.
Yep.
You understand?
Absolutely.
She'd have been trying to punk him every time she see him. Okay? And then to gain this fucking reputation. A trans man don't go through all the particular changes like that because that's not what trans men do. They're not trying to prove how much of a man they are. They are men. You understand? So the forefront, we don't have that. And I say this because we're talking about the bathroom issues and carrying on. What man do you know is going to look over the damn divider to see if another man pissing got a dick?
A gay man.
Yeah, well, I did open that up, but yeah. But no, here's where this is. Peekaboo. Damn it. I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay. But that usually no. Oh, I'm gonna tell all my business. Okay. Men don't look like that unless you're in an open stall somewhere. Okay. If there's an open, you know, when you got the open urinals without the dividers and everybody pissing into like the big sink or whatever. If it's that way, yeah, we're glancing and this, that, and the other. But you don't, men are not going to check to see if the other dude next to you is pissing right, if he got a penis or not.
Let me tell you something.
So
first and foremost,
men going into the bathroom,
even with an open trough, a man either looks at the wall or the ceiling. He don't look left and right.
Right. Or down.
I'm just saying, it's like he don't. You know what I'm saying? The man with a big ego, he looking down because he having a conversation with his penis, you know what I mean, with a super ego. But the average man going there, he pissing, he looking straight ahead or at the ceiling. Just that simple.
You know what? But you know what? But that day is so uncomfortable having this conversation, because I don't even know why we do that. You know, and a lot of yes, I do. Yes, the hell I do, because it's so that we don't get that particular kind of that charge on us of saying, you know, somebody in the bathroom or this, that, and another. And then you talking to a bathroom, you know, well, let me not put that out there. I am running for office. Let me be careful with how I say it.
I'm gonna have to have a talk. You know what? I'm glad you just said that, because I'm gonna have to have a talk with you after we get off there.
Okay. I gotta.
But, yeah, you gotta. Don't even repeat. Don't even say the whole statement. You gotta. But yeah, I've been doing a little studying on that etiquette for what you're doing. So
yeah, but what it is that that there is not a man's thing. So a lot of what's going on with why our trans men are not in the forefront as much as our trans women are, because quite frankly, once they start taking hormones and the beard and mustache grow in and carrying on and they suit it up, it's not a question. Now you may look like a pretty boy, you may be a hippie boy, okay, but everybody go right off, they see boy, okay, until it's proven otherwise, and then comes all the other problems and carried on, right? But trans men do not get that. Well, let me not put words in their mouth. I need a trans man to come on and say that and speak for themselves. I know in my experience, I have not seen, or one of the reasons why you have not seen that, and that my theory is because trans men blend in better than most trans women. Because trans women, number one, they're broad shoulders and this, that, and the other. You know, you can see, you know, there's features that everybody look for. And then a lot of them come not necessarily polished, because a lot of the trans girls who want to believe that they're trans, and they're probably just drag queens, are coming from the club, so they're loud, you know, they're very street worthy and carrying on. So they add that extra attention to what their presentation is. Okay. And because of their presentation, yeah. Okay. And because of their presentation, it draws attention. Okay. Did you talk about height? You know, and carrying on. So when you're dealing with height and extra features and things of that nature, even though there's a lot of women like that, there's tall women everywhere, honey. There's tall, big bone women everywhere, you know. And even still, when we talk about women in sports and carrying on, they still have not explained how is it that what they're going to do with transgender in sports, when they had that African girl who was in the Olympics, honey, who they tried to disqualify because they said she had too much testosterone in her system, and she's a biological girl, biological female. Okay, so we have that issue that a lot of us are not ready to necessarily deal with. You know what? Hush. Now I got a private message over here that just had me cackle. But those are some of the things of why we're not seeing that in the forefront. So that there is that. But I want us to.
I got a question.
Huh?
I got a question for the lesbian women. I got a question for the lesbian women of the stud matters, right? Okay.
Okay.
When they're getting dressed, you know, because they're in their masculine formatation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I heard this, and I didn't know how true it was because, you know, of course, I don't think I've ever been in a room where.
Okay.
Now, I heard they tape their down.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about when it's time to take the tape off? Because some females have little hair around there, and
yeah.
So what happens, like when they pull it off, it hurts, right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because you know, a lot of times when we,
you become a stud. You become a stud, right? And you say like in ovulation time, because you still got female parts inside of you, right?
Right.
So because you're a stud, do you lactate malt liquor instead of milk?
Why do I let him set me up for this shit all the time? Because the first question was legit, because I was going to go to answer that, was saying that I work with drag kings, right? And so when we're in the room together, You know, we tape one way, they tape another way. Okay. So what happens is that, in fact, I gave a suggestion here because one of the things that has to happen, a lot of times everybody likes to use duct tape, honey. Duct tape is ridiculously, it's not good for the skin. Duct tape is not good for the skin, darling. Duct tape is not good for the skin. Okay?
Thus
Now that we have that out of the way.
a stud having door knockers and never bearing a child.
I know.
So that's what it is when they mess around and they be hurting or they catch a chafe because their nipples are rubbing against their belt buckle.
Okay. You dumb. You dumb.
Hey, bro, people want to know these things.
And a lot of now, like we do, you know, some will take plastic wrap and wrap first, and then tape so that they just cut the plastic or whatever, so that it's not as it's a cute bind, but it doesn't hurt and it doesn't damage the skin, you know, and carry on. Now I've had some. You know, like with the girls, honey, with most of us, because we're queens and getting up in makeup to perform, you know, now we would go through those particular changes. And then because we got holes in it, we got pierced ears, but in order to keep the earrings on, a lot of us will take the nail glue and glue the earring onto your ear so it stay in place. Which some folks use nail glue, other folks use crazy glue. What crazy glue is child, no. And when you use crazy glue, honey, that shit sticks. You can't just go and rip it off, child. You got to go get some acetone and take it off. But I know girls who sit there and be trying to do a quick change or whatever. They're taking and pry the damn thing off. And then you see the girls where they got holes and shit in their ears and irritations and carrying on. The ear, hell, you need their earlobe surgery or whatever, you know. And then we had, I know the last time I talked with a king, they were getting dressed or whatever, and I was like, baby, why don't you get you some painter's tape? Because painter's tape, now it's a little bit more expensive, but it doesn't have a lot of that adhesive that will fuck up with the skin because it's made to come off of walls and to be removed. So that may, you know, you may want to try that to see if that holds you a little better. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, America, just when you thought you had problems.
Right. Hello. And for those who use duct tape down there, honey, no, because the sweat is one thing, honey. Sweat and that adhesive do not make a cute smell.
You want to repeat that?
Yeah, for those who use duct tape down there, I know girls who will duct tape to keep so that they can keep the appearance of wussy, and so they would duct tape to keep everything in place. But the duct tape, adhesive, and sweat, honey, does not do well. And then of course they try to take the damn tape off, child, and they end up hurting themselves or whatever, and that's not cute. Not cute.
So sometimes your tuck can get stuck.
Yeah. Oh,
tragedy.
Yeah. Okay. So not cute. Not cute. So that there is this. So let's go into this last little the last thing of the evening. Let me remove this banner. And yeah, we're gonna create a new one. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, I should have did this way first, but that's okay. Well, no. Add it. I'm gonna add it first. We're gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do it like this first. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. I'm coming. Eyes are coming. I say. Eyes are coming. I say. Oh, child. Where is it? Shit. Oh, good evening. Where now? I had the video. I done played it a couple times. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, child. Where's my video? Here it is. Okay, right here.
Motherfucker's guilty. That motherfucker's guilty.
That motherfucker's guilty.
That motherfucker's
Guilty.
That motherfucker's
Guilty. Motherfuckers 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 guilty. Ha! He's been
Fellas,
in.
if you get home from work, if you get home from work tonight and that song is playing, I need you to turn around, go back to your vehicle, and find your mama's house.
Right. Okay. Okay. Agent Orange has finally been indicted, but I'm a little pissed because the indictment is still sealed. So we don't know when that's going to be.
Tell y'all. I don't understand why people don't understand. Okay, look. I don't care what type of technical legal jargon you place under that man's name. He's not going to jail, y'all.
Well, here's the thing. I think I'm going to agree with Flame on this one. I don't care whether or not he go to jail at this point. Okay. I just want to get him to the point where he can never have public office ever again. Not ever.
Let me tell you what's gonna happen. He gonna get so close, on incarcerated, but at the same time, he gonna mess around and be president again. They can't.
Oh,
you heard it here first.
All right. We shall see, because he's still the only one in the race. I mean, right now, the only candidate for the Republican Party that have declared that they're running. No, I thought what's her name put her candidacy in. Sarah Huckabee's, and what's the other girl? It's the what was it, the governor from Kentucky, I think, or somebody. I thought she had put her hat in.
Meech, at this point, I could run and win.
Okay. Here's the thing. You know, all of this hoopla carrying on, and we can sit down and we can get real cute with it, and we can get all that way with it, and we can get whatever. We can, pontificate about it and all this, that, and the other. But one of the things is that we have allowed this man to have so much power to where he has already told us that he found loopholes in the tax system and ain't paid taxes for 20 years. So do you really think that he's not going to find loopholes in all of this to keep this shit from keeping him from going to jail? Or even going to court?
He already found them, bro.
And that's the sad part about it, because I'm like, okay, but also, who is he in bed with? Because damn near everybody on both sides, Republicans and Democrats, before he was ever a political candidate, Trump has been hobsnobbing with all of them damn senators and carrying on. Folks have been to his many weddings, and they've been to his Taj Mahal motels and the hotels and this and that. Trump has been an intricate part of the fabric of Wall Street and business, okay, and politics before he was even a candidate. Okay, so you got dirt on somebody, if not everybody.
There's a statement in business, right? Sometimes no money is good. Sometimes no money is good money.
Yeah.
And if you comp the right people through your journeys of business, those favors will forever go repaid.
Okay. True that. True that. I'm at this particular point now to where, but oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna say this because here's something that we need to look into as well, because we're so busy trying to make sure he doesn't run for office anymore, but we need to make sure that he has not created his little mini-me's, because he's still popular out there. They have a lot of people who follow under his leadership, who have been up under his tutelage of some sort. And if it wasn't directly, it was indirectly, because they've adopted a lot of his policies. They support a lot of his nonsense that carrying on that's been on here. They have been spearheading his praises. So if they spearheading his praises like that, then child, that means that he's created little mini-me's. So the little mini-me's honey can get up there in the office and still do his vetting.
Governor Kemp.
Okay. So
Can I say something?
Okay. So that's what we are with all of this. Child, y'all think y'all got the kingpin, honey. Okay, he may be one of them, and that's the one that everybody dick is hard over, but that's okay. Because what we need to look at is the minions that he has created.
That's true.
Because he still has he still has a substantial following, because his following, the same ones are following Marjorie Taylor Greene and all of that. So in understanding this particular part of the equation, honey, this is just like Gizmo. Y'all remember Gremlins? You sit up there and got Gizmo wet, okay, and he multiplied.
Mm-hmm.
But then that little badass little thing multiplied and wanted to be so mischievous to where that little fucker jumped into the pool and created thousands of himself.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? That's how I'm seeing this. Okay, that's how I'm seeing this. We want to make sure that he get tagged with the insurrection. Okay, we want to make sure that he gets tagged with the voter tampering. We want to make sure he gets tagged with a couple other things. Are they going after him for Charlottesville too, for saying what he said? As far as there's good people on both sides, or he didn't want to denounce white supremacy and carrying on. But yet after that rally, the one girl died because the guy ran her over.
Well,
I don't know if they're trying to put that on him or not. Okay. But nonetheless, we have to be very strategic in how we say we want to handle this, because They'll fuck around, honey, and end up letting that man go scot-free,
Yep.
based on hearsay, because they won't have the physical proof.
Right now, everybody needs to hush.
Right. And that's the other thing, because everybody trying to do damage control, to where now you end up biasing the jury, because at this particular, I don't think if he were to go to trial, he won't have a fair trial, because the public, honey, is already biased. He's already laid it out it was in the court of public opinion.
Right.
So that's going to be very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. He's indicted, but they sealed the records. And that I'm told that we're supposed to hear something by Tuesday or whatever, what they're going to do or where he's going to go or whatever the case may be. But my whole thing is indictment, and it did not mean supper club, but you take him out and let him sashay through. Okay.
You know how they do.
Very, 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 very interesting. But that's going to be it, y'all. That's it. I want you guys to do your homework, honey. Your homework assignment is going to be pay attention to everything that's coming on in the news with your news programs and carrying on. We want to make sure you are abreast in what's going on in your world and in your cities and in your communities and carrying on. We want to make sure that you give yourself the information that's needed. Give yourself permission to want the information. So I'm just there, honey. So listen, on that note, my darlings, honey, we're going to get ready to go, because I'm ready to get up out of this chair. My eyes feel like they're trying to get a little tired now. So I'm like, oh, okay. I think that's going to be my cue sign, honey, to where, okay, your eyes are tired. I could put my glasses on and wake them back up, but I'm going to do that a little later because I want to watch a couple of television programmings. Again, before we go, let me say that it is March 31st, 2023. And today is my 16th anniversary of being a Georgia resident, honey. 16 years ago today. Can you stand it, honey? Can you stand it? And it's also my baby boy, honey. My boy, Graylin T. Higgins. Graylin T. Higgins. Y'all may know him as Gryffindor of Onyx. Oh, my baby would have been 48 today. Yeah. So I want to shout them out. All the birthdays and all of the anniversaries and whatever's going on today, honey. Have at it, do you, and things of that nature. Just do it responsibly so you can come back and tell us about it and do it again next year. Okay? And having said that, honey, listen, baby. You can finish all of your crumpets right now, honey, because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea, darlings. With Big Meech and Minister Top Flight over there. And in the absence of Aunt Nikki.
Out of the world, Craig. We got action. Her extensions are too long.
Right. Listen. Okay, on behalf of everybody, honey, if you love us like you do, honey, tell all of your friends to come on in, like, subscribe, to share. But if you hate us, okay, if you hate us, honey, you can sit up and go tell all of your motherfucking enemies, honey, to like, subscribe, and to share. Okay? So, yes, we're going to let you guys go. And I'm going to go get my glasses so I can sit down here and watch my television programming and all of that, honey. So thank you so much for your love, your time, and your support. You see the Cash App down there, honey. We are weathering down. My birthday season is weathering down, honey. We got 2 more days after today. and it's gonna be a wrap for 2023, honey. But yeah, make sure you go to my other YouTube page. Subscribe to the page.
I need you all to cash app.
Huh?
And if you cash apping people, I need you to know you cash app. You put in the comment box birthday or campaign support, because we know Big Meech is running for mayor of the city of College Park. And everything counts. And I need you all to support. So make sure that if you send any funding to assist in the campaign, in the box, make sure that you write what it's for. And we bless you and we thank you.
Yes, and coming soon is going to be a separate cash app for the campaign itself. Once we get everything hooked up, it'll be a separate cash app for that. Okay. But having said all of that, honey, you may finish all of your crumpets, darling, because the tea has been dished. And you have been dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meech, honey, and the big guy ally over there, honey, Minister Top Flight, and on behalf of Aunt Nikki, honey, who's still up in Philly right now doing her thing, trying to work her way back down here to the ATL with us. We thank you, and we will see you guys again next time, honey. So on this note, honey, I'm working on my breath control. I'm trying to get to 60 seconds. Okay. And woo! See.